So this is Lucifer here. And let me tell you, there's gonna be people that's gonna act like they're friends. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of these Illuminati cats want to act like they know how it feels to have a friend. So they're gonna do videos where they're surrounded with people that are dressed nice. They got them little skinny jeans on, and and they talking about they got a glass of wine and all kinds of things. It all look good because it got a good background. They got a cool looking background, and they live in a rented house. Because they got their shit together. They look like they got their shit together. Bullshit. It's a load of garbage. It's a load of fucking garbage. The thing that I don't understand is why it's always black people. You know what I mean? Like, why leave black people alone, man? Like, just do your shit, white people. Like, because the thing is, it's like, I don't know what's up with that, man. Because I know these black people are lying. The world right now is too messed up for you to tell me that you are capable of sitting down in front of another person and be friendly with that person. That's a load of garbage. It's a load of garbage. Okay, you motherfuckers aren't friends. Okay, the world is too messed up right now. There's too much shit going on for you to be like, oh, we be chilling and, we be chilling, we good. No, you're not. You are mentally messed up. Completely messed up. You are completely mentally messed up. There's no fucking way. The thing is, what happened was, my shit is for all levels. It's for, broke ass niggas and rich ass people. Alright? Everybody can see themselves in what I say. Because iconoclast people might want to have more business. And an iconoclast might have been iconoclast because he became the general manager of a business he worked for I don't know, 20 years or something. Pure random luck and skills. Skill and luck. Might be the government that thought it was a good idea to put him in that place, or it might be just pure skill and luck that he ended up being in that position. The thing is, and it happens a lot. The thing is, some iconoclasts might end up waking up later on in their life, and they might end up watching a video like this. And when they end up watching a video like this, they end up actually trying what they just heard. The only thing is, sometimes it doesn't work. And then the iconoclast is like, well, how come it didn't work? Let me tell you something. It's not that it didn't work. It's because you don't understand the processes that you're going through right now. You don't understand the process that's going through right now. There's a lot of people jealous of you. It's not just targeted people that have a bunch of people jealous of them. People are jealous of everybody, period, nowadays. Like I said before, it's a fucking disease. It's not a joke. It's not, oh, well, people are always jealous. No. That was true like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Right now, it's a goddamn disease. It's not a joke. Everybody is jealous of everybody for any stupid reason. I'm not jealous of anybody, but people are jealous of me for stupid reasons. Well, mostly stupid reasons. I am quite powerful, but still, not everybody knows what I do or how I do it. So if you see me and you're just jealous, to me that just means you're fucking crazy. So the thing is, the Matrix agents do things sometimes to make you feel like shit. They do things sometimes to make you quit. They do things because they want you to quit. They don't want you to keep trying. They don't want you to achieve. Because if you realize that if you truly realize what I'm saying is true, then this whole goddamn thing is over. For you. Not for everybody else. But the more people that wake up, the worse it is. They can't profit off of you being awoken. They cannot profit off of you being illuminated. The only way they can profit, the only way they can have more agents, the only way they can create situations, the only way that they can create more corruption is by making sure that you do not become enlightened. Keep the people stupid, fed, and hungry at the same time, and they'll do whatever you ask them to do. Sun Tzu, Art of War. Keep them fed when they have to be fed, and keep them hungry when you don't need to feed them, and they'll just fucking listen to you for no fucking reason. You'll tell them to do stupid shit, they'll do stupid shit because you brainwash them. We are in a society of brainwashed people, brainwashed individual. And yes, that sounds a little bit negative. Yes, it sounds negative, but I don't mean brainwash at a, like you got drool, just a sincere brainwash. Just like, or if you prefer, a understanding between organizations and people. I got to make some money, so I need some work. If you don't do what I say, you're not going to get any work. If you do what I say, I'm going to give you work. And if you really listen, I'm going to give you more work if you want it. And sometimes, even if you don't want it, I'm still going to give you more work. You can still say no, but if you say no, you're not going to get no money. And you're not going to have a job. So there's an understanding between humanity and organizations. It is not something that humanity should have accepted. It's not a correct way of life. But we still do it anyway because it's easier. So all these things that we do when the iconoclast wakes up, and I did say yes, iconoclast, when the iconoclast wakes up from this dream, from this unrealistic reality, he wants more. So he listens to self-improvement videos and self-improvement things and blah, blah, blah. That's the start of his awakening. That's when he realizes that he doesn't necessarily need to just be working at this specific job every fucking day of his life. He already gave like 20 years of it. So he's like, man, I want something more. Shit, I might even take an early retirement. And some iconoclast people do. They take early retirement, they start traveling the world and yada yada yada, do a little bit of soul searching. But all those things are for nothing. I mean, it's good to travel. It's good to travel around the world, but it's actually for nothing. What you actually need to do, what you actually need, is to find yourself. You don't need to travel the world to get a little bit of soul searching and whatnot. You need to find yourself. What is that finding yourself? You have to remove yourself from this matrix, because traveling the world is not going to unlock the matrix. Traveling the world ain't going to do shit. You're just going to see pretty places and that's it. Nothing happens. It doesn't break the barrier of unrealistic shit. As a matter of fact, it's just going to reinforce the unrealistic shit that you're already thinking about, right? Because on the news, they tell you Cuba is, people are poor in Cuba, blah, 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 blah. You go to Cuba, the poor kids, they ask you for money, when you come out and shit. When you land, they start asking for money and blah, blah. So you see the things that you see on TV. So you're just reinforcing your own point of view that was taught by you in a book when you was a kid. And you're traveling the world and you're reinforcing that. That's all it does. It's not really soul searching. Of course, going to the nice temples and the nice places. Yes, of course, it feels good. Of course, 100%. I'm 100% on board with that. But if you think that's going to free you from the matrix, you got another thing coming, son. It's not going to do shit. You're just going to reinforce the notions. You're going to be cocky. You're going to be a pompous prick. And you're going to be cocky. And the reason why you're a pompous prick and you're gonna be cocky is because you now realize that your iconoclast status was actually a good status to be in, because when you go to that country they're broke, and when you go to that country they're rich. So you made the right decision. Everything is at its place, so you feel safer, right? You feel safer even though you're in another person's country, but you feel fucking safe. You feel like, yeah, I'm the shit, man. I'm iconoclast, man. I got it fucking together. I got it made, bro. I got it made. You didn't do shit. You're just a cog in the machine. You're a cog in the machine. And you know you're a cog in the machine, but traveling in specific places, even the rich places, make you feel safe. It makes you feel like, okay, I'm part of a working system. Everything is at its place. I'm good. I can go home now. So what you really need to do is not this whole soul searching shit that you need to do. You need to break away from every idea you ever had. And once you break away from all the ideas that you ever had, and even the world outside that you created for yourself and that other people created for you so you can live in it and abide by it, that's where you feel like, I want to be a billionaire. That's where you feel like, I want to be a god. I don't want to do this anymore. This is bullshit. You're starting to have a self-realization, and that's where you start seeing agents. And this video is about agents. The reason why it's about agents, I'm gonna tell you. Give me a second. Hold up, because I'm not getting no checks from this guy, so I'm just gonna remove the tag. Give me a second here, man. So that's where you start having self-realization is what you actually want. It's not soul searching that you need to do. And I'm not saying soul searching is not good. I mean soul searching as the popular, the pop culture term of soul searching, which is just, getting a backpack and, traveling the world and, the type of shit. Who cares? Me, what I want to know is, are you a free man or not? That's what I want to know. Do you really know how to make money, or people have been giving you money? That's what I want to know. Because just because you're iconoclast, that doesn't mean you can run a business. You have some experience in business. Doesn't mean you can run a successful business. That doesn't mean you have the energy, the quality, the quantity to actually run a business. But any iconoclast could try to run a business, of course. But that doesn't mean that they'll be successful. And that doesn't mean that there's not like 300,000 iconoclast people that are not trying to build their own business as we speak right now. So business is not given to everybody. Not anybody's built to do business. Not everybody has the capability of doing business. Not everybody has the understanding to be in business. So when the iconoclast actually has the self-realization, and then he goes out and he's like, all of this is not real, so I can have whatever I want. Yes. Yes, exactly. But then again, the agents are already onto you. The government is already onto you because you're acting different. You're like, but how can the government know? I was iconoclast. Okay, I get it. I was iconoclast, but dude, I just woke up 5 seconds ago. How could they possibly know that I'm trying to have my own business right now? How can they possibly know that I don't just want to have a business, I actually want to be a god and stuff? I want to be a god through my business. I want to reach everybody on the planet with as much of myself as possible, right? How can they know that? I just woke up 5 minutes ago. Because your thought pattern changes. And because that your thought pattern changes, your personality changes. Your behavior changes. It's funny because I was watching something about behavior earlier today, and it was like, well, if I tell you something, oh yeah, it was a movie on YouTube. Yeah, it was a movie on YouTube. So your behavior changes. But the fact that if you couldn't see me before, you used to act a certain way, right? You're you. You're you at this present moment. But the you at this present moment cannot see me. But can you for sure say that if I appear in front of you in a shocking fashion, right? Or how can you not know that your behavior is not going to change? How can you realize you can't see that your behavior changed? I can see it because I'm looking at you, but you're not looking at yourself. You're looking at something that appeared in front of you. So just the fact that I appeared in front of you is going to change your behavior. That single notion, just that fraction of a second where I just appeared in front of you, made everything that you ever known disappear. Your behavior changes. Your frequency changes. The way you think changes. The way you perceive things changes. So yes, somebody will notice. And somebody will notice pretty fucking quickly. It might take a couple days, tops, but people will notice. Your friends are going to notice. You're not going to notice, but your friends will notice. That's why people always say, oh, you changed. Oh, you're different. You're not different. You didn't change one bit. It's just that you're not part of the matrix anymore. So they can see something that you can't. That's why when you're unlocked from the matrix, people are saying, oh, well, you know, you change and you're not the same person, blah, 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 blah. You're the exact same person. You're the exact same person. But because you're not of this world anymore, because you're not part of the global consciousness of society, your behavior starts to change. Your behavior starts to switch. Your brain patterns aren't the same. The frequency that you're sending in this society through the antennas, the cell towers, and the fucking office buildings, and the news, and TV and media, social media, all those things have now changed. So the Matrix knows that someone has changed their thought patterns because everybody else has the same thought patterns. So as when you decide to change your thought patterns, right, and everything is data, right? This is the Matrix. Everything is data, right? So on the information superhighway, you have the stream, right? I used to talk about the stream last year, right? The stream is all the ideas of people that flow into the airwaves and that are picked up by everybody in your immediate vicinity and far and wide, because everyone is having the same dream, more or less. Everybody lives in the same dimension. Most people live in the same dimension created by an evil corporation. This evil corporation is keeping tabs on all of the biggest information highways out here. There's a building that is actually calculating everybody's thoughts at this present time, right? And that's why they know that Britney Spears is going to be a super mega star, or that Michael Jackson is going to be a super mega star, you know, or this music is going to be like the best music in history, or, you know, this guy's gonna win I don't know how many trophies and races and stuff like that. Of course, talent has something to do with it, but there's a little thing called time-space continuum, right? And time-space continuum is actually irrelevant compared to consciousness, because your consciousness can be here today and it can be here tomorrow and in the future and also in the past. So all of those ideas are actually data that can actually be collected by people, mathematicians and psychologists and cognitive people that are very bright and can understand how the shape of things take how things take shape, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, as soon as you unlock from the matrix, your thought patterns are different, and not only different, but everybody feels it because you're not with them anymore. You're not sharing their ideas. You're not sharing their space. You're not sharing their time and space. And like I said before, time and space is irrelevant. So you're sitting here and you're like, oh well, I just woke up. How can this happen? They can't know that I'm gonna do this. Yes, they can, because you're one of the rare few people that's not thinking for the commonwealth. You're thinking for yourself. So somebody that thinks for himself kind of stands out. So it doesn't have people looking at you. It doesn't have anything to do with your clothes. If people are looking at you, it doesn't have anything to do with your bright yellow socks. It's because you're not part of the matrix anymore. And yes, the matrix will create things that are like you so that other people don't feel out of place. So your personality becomes, there's a carbon copy, there's a copy paste created off of your enlightenment, not so other people won't freak out. Just like targeted individuals. I don't think I was the first targeted individual. I don't know who was the first targeted individual. But best believe that when this guy was walking around, there was a secular activity going on around him, probably in his neighborhood, right? All of a sudden, a bunch of targeted individuals started to pop up everywhere, a little bit everywhere around the world. It happened to me when I, had my Aztec Mayan awakening, right? I had a Mayan awakening, and all of a sudden, I just saw a bunch of books called The Secret, for some fucking reason. So reality, these corrupted entities, corrupted businesses and entities want to stay afloat. So they cannot have somebody like you walking around. And if you are going to walk around because you are a powerful soul, you're a powerful man, I'm a powerful man, I'm a powerful soul. So they can't just eliminate me from the face of the planet. They have to create carbon copies of me. Copy paste. And I'm saying copy paste carefully because copy pasting is not the same thing as copying. Copy paste, you can make a bunch of copies if you copy pasting, right? You can just click one button and copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, right? And you can put them anywhere. You're pasting them anywhere. There's a bunch of copies that you're pasting. So you can make a whole page full of copy pasting, right? So it's not just a copy, You can make a copy, but you don't have to paste it anywhere. So anyway, and it's really fast to copy paste. So, so the iconoclast guy, that finally achieves some form of enlightenment is gonna face a wall, and that wall is going to be like, he's gonna walk around and it's gonna feel like a bunch of people are understanding what's going on. It's gonna feel like, oh man, I thought I was the only one. Yes, you are the only one. I mean, you're not the only one, but you kind of are the only one. It's complicated. Even I have to wrap my head around it myself. I'm not gonna lie, but I have a little bit more experience in it than some people, and I have a little bit more knowledge about it than some people. So I kind of get it, but it's kind of crazy. So these corrupted entities are copy pasting you so that the universe, or not the universe, the society that we live in, the matrix that we live in, doesn't come undone and unbalanced. So if you feel secure, or you have a little bit more sense of security, You're not going to look into it more, and you're not going to try to fight these people. You're going to join them. And that's going to put you in a space, in a square, where they don't have to worry about you anymore. Just like this targeted individual thing on YouTube anyways, even in real life. It doesn't have anything to do with being a targeted individuals. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with being an indigo child or star seed or whatever. It has everything to do with how much ambition and how much you want it. Do you want to succeed? Do you want to own this planet, yes or no? That's what truly matters. It doesn't matter you're a targeted individual. It doesn't matter that you're illuminated. It doesn't matter. Because if that starts mattering to you, that's where you're going to lose. To me, all this shit doesn't matter. I don't care. What I care about is what I can create. And if I can't create anything, that's where I'm peed off. you know, that's where I draw the line. So the iconoclast that will realize that one day, he starts building things. He starts working on his business, start working on himself. It starts helping people. It works. It works. But this whole time, there's this people. The recent iconoclast that just listened to this video is not going to understand it. But the later on iconoclast knows what I'm talking about. Yourself in a different timeline. Or yourself today. Anyway. So, this guy knows what I'm talking about, right? Not you, but the other guy. He knows what I'm saying. And all this time, this guy's been thinking like, how come all these people was trying to stop me? How come I went through all of these obstacles? Like, who were those people and why the hell was it happening? Because we're in the Matrix. And the Matrix is not governed by, well, it is governed by God, by the way. God is the Matrix. But, God is the Matrix. God is the Matrix. God does not, God, he tells you straight up that he's the Matrix too. Like he said, I'm the one and only. I'm the beginning and the end. Well, he didn't say that actually. It was fucking Jesus that said that. But people think Jesus was God. So I guess whatever. I don't fucking know. The Bible is convoluted bullshit. So point is, he said it himself, I'm the first and the last. If you're the first and the last, that means everything in between has everything to do with you. And guess what's in between? Us. So the Matrix, whether it's built by a bunch of corrupt officials or the Illuminati, it doesn't fucking matter. Because these ideas actually comes from the universe. The idea of creating a matrix to control people and to keep them locked in a box inside of their own minds came from out there. Because we've been doing this and preparing for today for millennia. We have been preparing. These corrupt officials always understood how the human mind works. And the reason why they know how the human mind works is because of philosophers. It's because of mathematicians. It's because of scientists. It's because of shamanism. It's because of mysticism. It's because of magic. It's because of astrology. And all that shit. Because if you haven't noticed, I actually said that in chronological order. Before there was something, there was nothing. And that nothing were the sky and the earth. And then we started thinking about the sky and the earth. And then we started to name the sky and the earth. And then we started to chant to the sky and the earth. Possibly the sky and the earth would talk back to us. And maybe because of concentrating and drinking drugs and taking drugs, the sky and the earth finally gave us some form of realization and we became enlightened, right? But the first enlightened people wanted to stay in power. The first enlightened people wanted to stay in power. They didn't want to give up the power. They were scared that if everybody else became enlightened like them, they'd be screwed. The corrupt official. So corrupt officials have a spirit. They are just as part of spirituality as everything else is. Your energy. You know, all these people that you don't respect because you're afraid of magic or you're afraid of spirituality and shit like that. I don't know what the fuck people's problem is. All I know is, you know, they sounded real disrespectful right now, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't know. So even corrupt officials understand spiritually things that other people don't. They've been here as long as anybody can remember. So now are you still gonna ask yourself today, how did they know that I wanted to be a god? Can you still ask yourself that question after everything I just said? Well, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. They have too much data on you. They know you too much. It's like the Matrix. At the end, Neo meets the architect, right? I.e. God. He meets the architect. He created the Matrix. So all these corrupt officials that were enlightened, that took the power of God, God let them use the power. And now you're going to tell me the Bible that's actually trying to brainwash you into believing in him and only him and nothing else is not a tool to enslave people's minds. And you're going to tell me God is actually a good person that only has your best interest at heart, when he's legit trying to brainwash you. And not only that, he created a matrix for you to live in, an illusion for you to believe that this is reality, that this is your real life, that this is how you're supposed to act, that this is how everything is. Everything is not is. Everything is not is. Oh, Lucifer rebelled because he was prideful and blah, blah, blah. How many people that you treat with pride that rebel against you? How many people that you treat with pride? Look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump is Lucifer, right? Donald Trump is a demon. I'm Lucifer. You know? Whoa. Hey. Whoa. Relax. That was a typo. So Donald Trump is a demon. He thinks he's with God. But Donald Trump is a demon. He's a demon. He rebelled against the Matrix. The same Matrix built by corrupt officials. The same corrupt officials that was actually the first illuminated people thousands of years ago, millions of years ago. The first of the first of the first. Well, the first shall be the last. One of these days, anyway. So yeah, they are watching you. Yeah, they are watching me too. They watch all of us. It's just some people are too stupid to realize it. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but it's true. They watch all of us, all of the time. Nothing that happens around you is by pure coincidence. Everything is built to keep your mind locked in a box. Everything. This video is too damn long. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.